Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TQM Travel. Today is Lisa's and my second day here in San Francisco. To kick things off, we are visiting Brenda's French soul food. So this looks like a pretty delicious place for some breakfast. I know one of the main stars of the menu is a beignet flight. So Lisa and I are looking forward to trying the food here. We're gonna head inside and eat some breakfast, and we'll tell you what we think afterwards. Back in our hotel room now after a delicious breakfast at Brenda's French soul food.
I got the better meal. I was the victor this time. Yeah, I did. No, I did. He got a beignet flight, which was flighty and good.
It was good. They had 4 different types of beignets. There was a crawfish one, a apple one with chocolate, and then just a plain beignet. And I was telling Lisa as I was eating it that my favorite ended up really just being the plain beignet. It reminded me of being in New Orleans at Café du Monde. So I was like, maybe, they were all really good. I'm not saying any of them were bad by any means, especially the crawfish ones.
Were they as good as my French toast?
No.
See, and that's where I won.
Yeah, the
French toast with bananas and a
butter rum sauce.
Yep,
it was spectacular.
Spectacular.
And I definitely enjoyed the French toast a little bit more than the beignets, but I was definitely glad to try the different beignets. I really liked the crawfish one as well. That was quite interesting because it's savory, not sweet.
Awesome. Well, now time for adventure.
Yeah, we're going to be spending the rest of the day along the bay. We're going to start things off with the Ferry Building to do some window shopping and maybe get some snacks. Then we're going to head down to Fisherman's Wharf to walk around a little bit before we catch a ferry over to Alcatraz Island. So we'll see you guys at the Ferry Building. We made it here to our first stop for the day, which is the Ferry Building behind us. This is a building that has a bunch of different markets and stalls, restaurants, things like that. So we're going to head inside and do some shopping and eat some food. Trying some whiskey here.
Snip test says he just went for it. You see that?
Ooh, that's really smooth.
So smooth.
That's really smooth.
Japanese style. So there's no...
That's my favorite.
That is his favorite.
Awesome. Yeah.
So the Ferry Building is pretty cool. There's a lot of different shops and restaurant stalls that we can stop at. We got some sourdough from Acme Bread and a couple salami things from one of the markets just to enjoy while we're out hiking in Yosemite later in the week. So the building is right here along the bay, and now we're gonna come out to the back side of the building, try some oysters here at Hog Island Oyster Co. So let's see if we can get a seat and try some oysters. So seating at the actual restaurant area was a bit crowded and we would have to wait for a little bit, but they do offer to-go oysters and food. So we're actually just sitting on a bench right outside along the bay here. You can see the bridge back here. We got a dozen oysters here. Unfortunately, we don't really know what type of oysters they are for each one. We got a mix of 6 different types, right? So we probably have 2 of each oyster.
Yep.
So
let's go.
We also got a oyster po' boy here as well, and that'll be good. Lisa's trying one out here. We've had Hog Island oysters before. There's a festival in Atlanta called Landlocked where you can try different oysters from farms, and they've been there a couple times, so we've had them before. I don't actually remember them that well though.
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
Mm-hmm.
Saltier? Pretty salty? No? Let me give one a try. All right.
All I see is your hand.
The oyster's good, but that mignonette sauce with the cilantro, so good. All right, I'm gonna give this po' boy a taste now.
I think it's too
late.
Got fried oysters, just like some coleslaw and stuff. And this is on a roll from the bakery that we bought bread from earlier today. So let's give it a taste.
Yeah, especially if they're the 4 days and not everybody can
There's like a really good spicy mayo sauce as well. It's delicious. Wow, those oysters and that po' boy were delicious. Pretty happy that we were able to get some to go and eat along the bay. It did get a little chilly though in the shade. It's really nice out here in the sun, but it definitely gets a lot colder if there's no direct heat on you. So that's going to be it for our time here at the Ferry Building. We're going to head over to Fisherman's Wharf next and wander around there. So we'll see you guys at the wharf. So after hanging around the Ferry Building, Lisa and I killed some time over in Fisherman's Wharf, which is a really touristy area. It's not really Lisa's and my scene. What did you think?
The best part was hearing sea lions, barks, and 2 seagulls that got in a fight.
Yeah, that's true. After the wharf, we walked over to Pier 39, and it's a little bit more of the same, but there is that cool little viewing area where you can see some sea lions that were partially sunbathing and partially fighting each other.
No, they were just yelling at each other.
Oh, okay, just more verbal arguments. But yeah, while we were walking around, we did see some seagulls just get into this huge fight. Like, I tried getting some video of it, but earlier, before I was able to get the camera on, the one just like grabbed it, like another one's neck and body slammed it into the ground. Oh man, it was vicious. So, yeah, it wasn't really my favorite place to go, right? It's really just a little too touristy for us, but now we're here at Alcatraz Island. We're going to be taking a sunset tour, so we'll be catching a cruise over to the island in just a little bit, take a tour around, and hopefully get some really pretty views as the sun goes down. So we'll see you on the island. All right, Lisa and I are here on Alcatraz Island, The Rock. We are beginning our tour right now, and it's a bit chilly, right?
What's happening?
Yeah, because the sun's gone now. This is both of our first time here, but we're doing one of the night tours, so should be interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, well, Lisa and I are all finished up now with our tour here at Alcatraz Island. I thought the tour was pretty informative. I learned quite a good bit about the island. I didn't really know much going into it, but I really enjoyed myself. And coming here at night during sunset even, it was quite spooky. It really added to the ambiance. So I would definitely recommend taking the tour, especially one of these night tours. It was pretty interesting. Now Lisa and I are going to be taking the ferry back into town in order to find something to eat. So we'll catch up with you guys later tonight.
House of Prime Rib. This is the restaurant sign for anyone wondering. Just kidding, it's the bag of our goodies. Oh my goodness, look at this. I think this is bread. Look at all these sauces. Parties. Are you excited, Christopher?
Yeah, super excited.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to break traffic laws to get us back to the hotel quickly?
No.
He would never do that.
Not gonna break any laws.
Safety first, he says.
Safety first and second, and sometimes third. Lisa and I are here in our hotel room now, and as you saw, Lisa had a great idea for dinner. One of the most popular restaurants in San Francisco is a place called the House of Prime Rib. Now, unfortunately, the restaurant only takes reservations, and Lisa and I looked into it right before our trip started, and unfortunately, they're booked out like months and months in advance, so there was no way we were gonna be able to get in, but they do offer takeout, so we picked up some food here. Check out the spread. So Lisa ordered everything for us, so as their name implies, they do one thing at this restaurant, and that is making delicious prime rib. So we each got a little prime rib here. Now these, the prime ribs do come with sides, so we got some cream corn, mashed potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, salad. Lisa's tray over there has spinach, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It comes with some bread. And then Lisa also got us chocolate cake for dessert, so. Lisa's already beginning to dig in because she is so hungry, she could not wait. All right, so let's go ahead and see how this prime rib tastes. We'll dip it in the jus here. Wow, that's really, really tasty. Oh man, that was a delicious meal. Lisa, that was a great idea you had.
I know, it's so amazing.
Yeah, we were originally planning on getting some like chowder and stuff.
And I like chowder, but you know, like you know when you want chowder, when you want prime rib.
Right, so it was delicious. Even bringing it across the bridge over to where we're staying, about 15 minutes outside of the city, everything still stayed pretty warm and it was still really, really tasty. So I can say for sure, takeout at House of Prime Rib, definitely worth it. Lisa and I think we're both not terribly impressed with the Yorkshire pudding that came with it. I think that might just be something that's better in person because it's sitting on your plate.
It says it's supposed to soak up the juices, but it came to us in a container and it was sitting with no juices. So I feel like therein lies the rub.
Right. So that might be one of the things that's better in person, but everything else was spectacular.
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, so, me too.
See you later, alligators.
That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel and also give this video a thumbs up, and that way we can help our channel grow. Tomorrow morning, Lisa and I are going to be exploring Muir Woods, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So until next time, guys, cheers.